Hey, happy Friday, Jack Squad. How everybody doing? Hope you are making it happen for yourself. I was perusing my social media like I do when I lay down at night, right? And I came across Jedediah Brown, his YouTube channel. Now, Jedediah Brown is the gentleman who was being intimidated by Mayor Tiffany Henyard and the police chief and some more folks. They had him surrounded in cars. Remember that a couple weeks ago? This is Jedediah Brown. And his channel is, he investigates and advocates. That's the name of his channel. Jedediah Brown, Investigate and Advocate channel, right? So y'all go on over there, subscribe and check him out. He got a lot of good information, right? I didn't know he had a channel. I just thought he'd be on social media, IG or something like that, right? Well, I come across his channel. And on his channel was some very, very, what's the word I want to use? Important information, right? Now, as I told y'all yesterday about the board meeting, or the day before, whenever I talked about the board meeting, right? The Thornton Township board meeting that Tiffany is the supervisor of, and her boy, Keith Freeman, is the finance guy, right? Well, in that meeting, a gentleman spoke, and he was the first one to speak, and Tiffany's married boyfriend, Kamal, sat there with a intimidating, grimacing look on his face, right, the whole time. Now, what I've learned through this video that I just saw on Jedediah's, Paul Robertz was on there. This is the guy, the white guy that was speaking. He was on Jedediah Brown's channel, right? And he said he always sits there, and Keith Freeman always sits next to him, and whoever the other gentleman is, I forgot his name, right? But I've seen him in Dalton and in Thornton, right? Now, what we all wanted to know was, what did he tap you on the shoulder and say to you after he said, let me holler at you for a second, right? What was the conversation? I've been dying to know. Well, Paul Robertz told that on when he was on live with Jedediah. Now, he said, this is the reason why he was speaking. You know, they give you 3 minutes. He said they only gave him 2. I do remember some conversation, and then he got off the podium, right? Well, he says that they used to get rebates. So Thornton Township is the income bracket is a little higher than Dalton, right? He said they used to get rebates when they had a surplus. So I'm taking that to mean that the residents, when they paid too much or whenever they did, and they had a little extra, they passed it out among the residents. Okay. He says there has not been a surplus since she has been appointed. So Tiffany wasn't voted in to this position. She was appointed. She was appointed. Did not know that, right? And the township is within Lansing, Illinois. And so I had recently went on the Lansing Journal. I guess that's the newspaper or whatever. I don't know what it is, but the Lansing Journal is where I had got some other information from, right? So I was wondering why they were reporting on it, because Thornton Township is a part of Lansing, Illinois. Okay. And he said they are looking forward to voting Tiffany out. Now, this is the part, y'all. This is the part. So Jedediah said, well, what did he tap you on the shoulder? What did he say to you when he got out there in the hallway? Now, Paul Robertz had some friends there with him, because he said his wife did not want him to go to a meeting by himself. So he had 2 or 3 people with him. He named their names, right? So as he was talking, he said that Kamal, the married boyfriend, said, I'm going to need you to stop taking, why were you taking pictures of my car? Stop taking pictures of my car. I wish you wouldn't do that. So I'm thinking, why would he be taking pictures of the car? You know, why? I want to know what's up. So Paul Robertz explained that the reason why he was taking pictures of the car, because it is believed, it is suspected that he has a BMW. He went all into the initials, I-267, I don't know, but he went into the initials, so I'm assuming it's a very nice BMW. He said that it is suspected that that BMW was bought with Thornton Township money. Child, if it can't get no worse. Y'all was just having y'all way up in the Thornton, huh? Having your way. You bought your married boyfriend a BMW, and it wasn't no old one. He said the year, I want to say he said 23. I'm not sure, so don't quote me on that. But I remember it wasn't a old, and I know it's white, right? And so that is why he is taking a picture of it so they can look at the registration. Well, he didn't get a picture. One time, the last time he tried to get a picture, he couldn't get it, but he went back and got a picture of the license plates. When they ran those plates, it's not registered to that car, so they know that they have switched the plates. They want to know whose name the car is registered in. Child, you mean telling them people them it's bad enough you bought the police all Tahoes. You got Tahoe, everybody got Tahoe like you Oprah Winfrey. But you done bought your married boyfriend a BMW girl. Ooh, the hammer gonna come down so hard on these Negroes, right? So he says that that's what the conversation was about. Now, Jedediah asked him, was he being threatening? Was he being intimidating? He said he tried to be. He said no. He said he wanted to be. So he knew if his friends hadn't been there, and if they weren't in so much hot water already, that it would have been an intimidating conversation. And he said he was angry, and when his friends came out into the hallway, he said a few words. They didn't understand what he said under his breath and walked out in a huff. So, like I said, he said that the conversation would have been intimidating had not they been into so much trouble as it is and his friends were not there. You mean to tell me you went and bought your boyfriend a car? You didn't go to the little lot down the street, to the used car. You went into the BMW dealership and got that man a car. The nerve. Listen, these people got nerves. Tiffany got nerves. Do you not know that? So you can hide the plate, but the feds got to. And this is why she wanted to get rid of, one of the reasons why she wanted to get rid of Lori Lightfoot, right? Now, I don't know if Lori on the case pro bono or what's going on with that, but it don't even matter because the feds is there. Oh, my God. You done bought your boyfriend a car with the people's money. It's okay you want to buy your boyfriend a car. You got it like that. But with the people's money, it was so enlightening. That's what I want to say. What he said was so enlightening. Because they cut him off because he was talking about numbers. He was talking about money. Right? He was talking about numbers. And then, during that meeting, Tiffany said we had to somebody read off, the trustee or somebody said, we got a surplus of this. He said that is all a lie. There is no surplus. So what Tiffany has done is she's used these people's money and don't have proof of what it is. So maybe now she's cooking the books. And I think she may think that she's smarter than the Fed. Now, you might have been able to get away with that with the residents because they don't have access to the books. And he also talked about that assessor, and I remember seeing that months ago. It was a black woman, I can't remember her name, but somebody did come on my live and tell me her name. And they locked her out of her office so they could flip around the paperwork and shred and do what they needed to do with the paperwork. They locked her. This was months ago when I first got hip to her, and the reporters was there and they interviewed her, and she said she was in there, and she said she couldn't get into her office, the tax assessor. Child, y'all been fooling and filangling around with that money, with them numbers and them papers. That's all kind of stuff. I don't know if that's fraud, theft in office. I don't know what the charges could be. Child, if you bought that, now, listen. Dude, I believe, had just, not too long before she got in office, come out the penitentiary, I think. I don't want to lie on the man. And she gave him the job as the housing inspector, which, gave him that job, and you just laid it out for him. Listen, next y'all gonna mess around and be on Love at the Lockup. That's what's gonna happen. Y'all gonna be on Love at the Lockup. Keep messing around like that's whatever is. And so I was watching Fox. I don't know if it was WGN or whatever, a news channel in Chicago, and I forgot this lady that was speaking, and she said that. They said, well, how do you think Tiffany should be feeling right now? She said, nervous. I was like, ooh, I should have broke down this lady's name because I've been watching all of the news channels in Chicago, right? They talk about it every day, like you have put this little town on the map. Thornton, I ain't never heard of Thornton, I ain't never heard of Darling. And I know that they're small because they're villages and townships, right? You done put them on the map. You done put them on the map with this foolishness. You grew up in this little town and you saw a way to take from them, and you continue to take. Greed got a hold of you. And as we all know, the Bible talk about this. Greed is one of the 7 deadly sins because of this. This is what happens when greed overtakes you. This is what happens, right? You ain't got no forethought, no afterthought, you ain't thinking about nothing but what it is you want. And it don't. And these men that are standing by her, Keith Freeman, the police chief, the married boyfriend, and any other trustee, because I think it's like 4 trustees involved in this investigation, right? This is a public corruption case. The worst, one of the worst. I believe she done outdid, what's his name? Kwame. I believe she done outdid Kwame. They gave him 28 years, child. I believe because you're blatant, you're disrespectful, you talk crazy to the people. You know, they looking at all that. See, with social media, before you got in trouble, you don't quite know what happened. The people don't know quite what happened. But with social media, everybody know everything, child. Girl. I was shocked when that man said, because I just did not understand, like, why you trying to get his license plate? Y'all playing I Spy? What's going on with that? He was trying to see the registration. And he knew that they were taking pictures of his car, so they switched the plates. And, you know, I'm glad that Tiff like Tahoes, because that's what they going to come get it. Because they used to come get you in the Suburbans. I don't know if they make Suburbans anymore. Do they make Suburbans anymore? They gonna be coming to get you in that old Tahoe, girl, that you like so much. Ain't that something? Anyway, I was really shocked to hear that that's what that man was saying to him. He's trying to be threatening in a non-threatening way. Anytime you tap somebody on the shoulder, be like, let me holler at you. If it ain't your mama, it's something. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway, y'all, make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. The saga continues. That's all I can say is the saga continues. Every day you find out something more and more. Like at this point, and you know, she just talks so crazy to the people. You know, like, cause y'all just listen to everything y'all hear. You think the fans down there for play? Anyway, I can go on and on with this child. I got to go. Y'all have a good weekend, okay? Yeah, that's what y'all do. Have a good weekend. Be cool. Don't be taking nobody's stuff that don't belong to you. All right? Ooh, child. That's crazy.